So now, we just finished the first semester of medicine in USD, Faculty of Medicine and Surgery, and the goal now is to look at some memes that will appear on the screen, and then I'll read it and try not to get triggered, okay? So here's the first meme. Alright, babe, I want to do it tonight. That's kinky. Her, give me the rundown of the Krebs psych. God! Ugh! Cut this crap. So you know how, generally speaking, yo, quit it with the messages. Are you serious? So like, you know how they say that never live in the past, always live in the present? Well, in the past is actually where my backlogs are. So I actually have to catch up on lectures I've missed. Oh my god! So now that I have survived my first sem of medical school from the USD Faculty of Medicine and Surgery, thank you so much for having me again. I guess I could have done things better. So here are 3 things I wish I did differently for my first sem. So number 1 is to actually maximize flow activities. Now what are flow activities, right? So flow as defined by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. I am butchering this. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Flow as defined by
Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi
is actually a state in which people are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. As expanded upon by Professor Mihaly, the best moments in our lives are not the passive, receptive, or relaxing times. Rather, the best moments usually occur if a person's body or mind is stretched to its limits in a voluntary effort to accomplish something difficult as well as worthwhile. So in my experience, I found myself going from task to task. I couldn't relax. I couldn't even study very well because when I'm studying, I tell myself, hey, you should probably be taking it easy. Don't stress yourself out too much. You might experience burnout. But then when I'm relaxing, I'm also telling myself, hey, you should actually be studying right now. The solution for this is actually having time blocks in your day where you are focused mainly on just one thing. So number 2 of the 3 things I would say is to not just rely on one source of information. The best way to learn something is not just through your lecturer, your notes, your books, journals, etc. It is actually a mixture of all of those. I know it's over the top, but then again, if you want to earn something, you gotta go the extra mile. It's called effort. Right? I'm calling out her name, right? I'm joking. Anyways, so as you read news sources, you have to actively recall what you have read before to test if you're actually understanding something. Plus, you have to take into account not everyone says the information the same way. Sometimes someone you find on YouTube may explain concepts in a much simpler way compared to, let's say, the lecture you just had that day, right? And finally, number 3 of those 3 things I've talked about is never actually let go of your hobbies. Now remember, never forget who you were before entering something that challenges you. Make time for those hobbies that make you sane. You should not feel guilty for doing things that actually make you happy. You know, people will always say, oh, this person is just a gym rat. Oh, this person does nothing but play video games. Oh, this person does nothing but watch Netflix and watch the latest K-drama. Just let me watch my K-drama, Mom. Anyways, always make sure to still make time for those hobbies that make you feel relaxed and feel good to avoid burnout, right? For example, I gained so much weight because I never made time for exercising. And that is not the fault of having so much to do, it is just that I never made time for it. So always make time for those hobbies that make you sane. So those are 3 things I'll actually be incorporating to my next sem. And I hope everything goes well for me. Alright, everyone stay safe. I am dead inside. I can't keep this act. Am I still recording? I'm so sorry. So I just finished my first semester of medicine, and I have to say, after crying for most of the time, it's worth it.
Emotional, damn it!